sometimes I wish I had more time for some of these exercises that we do.
Me too.
This Heisman thing.
I could have really gone
like way
further,
way deeper.
I wanted to find some fun ones.
I like going deeper.
I know you do.
I'm pro deep. I don't like the deep though. I'm anti him.
Yeah. The deep.
The deep is
of the boys.
Is a little twerp.
When are we getting the boys back?
Got to be next year, isn't it? I think we talked about this before.
Yeah, we did.
I think it's
early next year.
I think.
I don't like the deep, but I like Chase Crawford, who plays the deep because Chase Crawford was in Gossip Girl.
Really?
Yes. He was hot.
Unaware of Gossip Girl in that cinematic universe. Was it a movie?
No, it was you were never aware of the TV show Gossip Girl and the ads that they had in the mid-2000s. It was on the CW. They used really aggressively sexy ads, and they had them on billboards and buses, and all the parents thought that the kids were losing. We were losing our core.
No.
And I was like, ooh, I love this show.
If it was like fall of 05.
2007 is when it debuted.
No.
Right when I started high school.
No.
Perfect timing.
07, I was deep into blackness in middle of nowhere, Tuskegee. There were no
Gossip
billboards
was
and
not
nobody
for
was
you.
watching Gossip Girl.
Gossip Girl was in that.
When did it go off? When was it last?
2012.
Okay, yeah, that
when I was in college.
Yo, so 07 to 09, that's where I am. And then 09, 012, I'm quite literally fighting for my life at the University of Tennessee. I didn't consume any media from 09 through 2013.
Started the Gossip Girl books when I was in, I think, 6th
Oh, they were based
grade.
off of books?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I read, most people just
what
watch
was
the
in
show.
books?
Holy. This is like way too long of a story. Put it in theater Thursday. But I was at the Harvard bookstore.
Jacob,
or the
remind us.
Harvard Library. And that's where I bought my first Gossip Girl book. And my parents had no idea. It was a good time. What's the song?
Sounds like Zane for Children.
One of my favorite musical theater production songs of all time, Too Darn Hot from Kiss Me Kate, written by the great Cole Porter. I was listening to it, I was like, CJ, if you ever really got into the classics of musical theater, Cole Porter would be your jam, because he was the nastiest, dirtiest minded lyricist that maybe the art ever had. I'm just saying, Too Darn Hot. It's going nowhere. It's a little less hot today in Memphis. We're down cool. It's like 87 degrees. What's up, everybody? It is Thursday, August 21st. It is going to be a good day. Jessica Benson with you from the Grind City Media Studios in Memphis, Tennessee. CJ Hurt behind the glass. Coming up on today's show, we are back in the studio after our first Tigers All Access Day is in the books. I will give you my biggest takeaways on Tigers football and Memphis athletics from our time there yesterday. Big night in the W, a big night for Paige Bueckers with some all-time rookie history. Teresa Walker will join us. We'll catch up on the Titans with her, the little skirmish between Cam Ward and Jeffery Simmons as the Titans move closer and closer to the beginning of the NFL season. We are drafting potential 2025 Heisman winners. So we have gone through and figured out who we think have the best odds or best stats or best vibes.
There we go.
Best vibes for our choice for Heisman. We'll end with a little Theater Thursday, some movie news. It's Thursday. You know what we say. Vacation's all I ever wanted. Vacation had to get away. Vacation, da-na-na-na-na-na.
The boy is mine.
You ready? I've been ready. What are we waiting for?
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Shinedown. Dance Kid Dance Tour. Live in Memphis. FedEx Forum, Saturday, August 30th. With special guests, Bush, and Morgan Wade. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Shinedown, live in concert. For more, visit shinedown.com.
What about the hanging your hat on the defensive end? Where does that come from?
And one thing my dad told me is if you want to get to the NBA, if you want to leave an impact, if you're a competitor like you say you are, you're going to be one of the best defenders on the court every time you step on there. He said you're not going to disrespect the game. You're not going to take it for granted. You know, this is not a right, it's a privilege. So go out there and compete every day.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
You get to the main event, and you hear the crowd. There's some rumblings in the crowd.
Here we go.
They say, "We want truth."
I love how John Cena said when they were chanting, "We want truth." You can't handle the truth.
There you go.
I loved it.
He takes the knee off, boom. Takes the mask off, boom. And it's our freaking truth. God, man, he cost John Cena the match.
Tune in to Grind City Wrestling weekly on the Grind City Media app and on the Grind City Media YouTube channel.
Let's check the over-under totals. Alabama, Georgia, and Texas all at 9.5. LSU, Ole Miss, Tennessee at 8.5.
I love Ole Miss over the 8.5. I think Ole Miss can win 9.
But Ole Miss, they're going to, Ole Miss, they're going to lose to Arkansas week
But they
3.
could go 9-3. Like, Ole Miss winning 10 games
they always
is always
pull some
like
crap like that.
Ole Miss winning 10 can seem a bit of a stretch, but they can win 9.
They're going to lose at Kentucky week 2.
The Odds Couple, live at 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Feels great to feel the sunshine. Gotta own the day like it's all mine. Just got paid in his own time. Been working hard, I've been on the grind. I deserve this feeling, having my way. I've been on this healing. This is my day. The sun's out, let's have a little fun now. I wanna let it all out. That's what it's all about. Cause I deserve this feeling of having my way. I deserve this healing. This is my day.
Grind City Media presents The Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt. Live from the Grind City Media studios on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. It is almost Friday. It is a good day. We are back in studio, back in our normal environment after our fun little field trip to the University of Memphis yesterday for our Tigers All Access Day. CJ, you want to know the biggest thing I learned?
What?
That I am too old to take off in a dead sprint.
We haven't had a chance to
without
talk about that.
stretching.
I'm over here working because I'm behind. But I need to let you
I
know.
needed to address.
Started to text you this morning when I got in. Like, hey, are you sore?
Yes.
Yes. Hurt.
I think I don't want to say I pulled some. That's
No,
aggressive.
we didn't. I
but
don't think I
just
pulled.
There's
a
utilized a
soreness
muscle that I had not used in a second.
But we're active.
I just ran a half marathon, but it's different. Sprinting is different.
That's
and
different.
A dead sprint without any ounce of a stretch, not even like a heel to toe raise, was stupid.
That was
stupid.
50?
At least.
yards?
We were a little further back.
Okay, 50 yards. We were going diagonal
Sure.
Yeah, sprinting.
Not our smartest.
Is different.
I have to get
You
out of the
squat?
mentality. Yeah, I squat.
You do single leg.
I do. I did some Bulgarian split squats last night.
So you
I'm
use
built.
those body parts.
I've got the glutes, I've got the hams, I've got the gams, I've got the trams, I've got the calves, I've got a reconstruction Achilles.
So my point, you use that part of your
Often,
body.
yes.
I play tennis twice a week.
Yeah.
I
play
use
tennis twice a week.
that part of the body.
Yeah.
Sprinting is different.
It's different.
When's the last time you sprinted?
Oh, probably like running routes with Chris on a vacation at some point, where we'll just like play football randomly. And I really,
when was the
after a
last
couple
of that?
beverages, I'll really enjoy like proving how good of a receiver I could have been if I was a boy. It was a couple years ago.
If you were a boy slash,
if I was a boy
if you were
slash
playing
man.
football right
if
now,
I was a boy, if I was 5 inches taller if I was 100 pounds
But if you were
heavier.
if you were a girl playing football now, like because we have that, don't we? Don't we have flag football for? I saw somewhere
I could have been a star.
Some of these high school
Yes.
districts have incorporated
Yes.
flag football for the ladies. So maybe like it's not just if you
Maybe
were a
it's
boy.
not too late. Have you been following this under 37 football league?
When I was on the TikTok, it would come across like 2 or 3 times a week for me.
We're being targeted.
So yes, but like that was last year. It's having a resurgence now.
Yes.
And I'm not really sure why, but it is every single time I watch it, I cackle with laughter.
Me too.
It's like you guys got regular ass jobs. Why are y'all doing this to your bodies?
You have a 401k.
Y'all,
But that's how I felt last night. One of those videos popped up, and I was like, why are they doing this? I did it accidentally. What I have to learn is if someone challenges me, because you said, do you want to race? And I heard the word race, and I was off.
I didn't say, I said run to the end zone.
In my mind, I heard race. I don't hear run without a race, okay? It's nothing but fun run.
That's your problem.
That's what's wrong with this new generation. Everything's participation trophies.
We could have ran into the end zone holding hands. There's no trophy for me
there's
beating
only one
you.
kind of hand I put up at the end of running a race against you, and it's a number 1.
But you didn't
Those are
win.
the only yes, I did.
No, you didn't. You were closer.
I think I have
you
photographic
started
evidence.
faster. I was like, wait,
it's
is
like
she
a
actually
handicap.
running?
I have shorter legs than you.
You screamed out, "We're racing!"
I have
was
short
like,
legs.
oh, we're racing. Okay,
I get a 5-second head
catch
start.
you.
That's how it works. It's like golf.
You get 5-second hit. I'm older.
Yeah. My leg is like half the length of your leg.
I'm a senior citizen at this point.
I have had
do the
multiple
early boy.
injuries.
So have I. Get out of here.
I'll let you do some of your work because you
Okay.
said you're behind.
Yeah.
But I did want to say.
Did we get my third up? Did we put those up already?
No,
so I don't have to talk.
Now I'm nervous. If you're going
they
out
went
of
up.
your way.
Okay, they went up, Arnhem.
What did you use about Timu Tomlin?
I can't remember what
Did
they
you
were.
use about the best thing I heard at football practice yesterday, because we did get the opportunity to go out and watch some of practice. Someone dropped a ball and he was down doing push-ups, and one of the assistant coaches yelled, "Your butt is so flat you could be a snake." I was like, "That's great."
Did he say
he said
that?
the A word, CJ, but I'm not.
Wait, I didn't hear that. What I heard
What'd you
him
hear?
say, I heard him say, because if you drop the ball,
You're
you got to go
down,
do the
right.
push-ups. I heard him say, "I've seen better hands than that on a snake."
Oh, I thought he said your ass is so flat you should be a snake.
No,
And I thought it was funny. I've never heard that
that's
diss,
not
and I'm
what he
going to
said.
start using
That's
it.
not what he
That's
said.
like me trying to interpret lyrics, so I'm glad it extends over to football practice. I'm out of practice on the practice. I hadn't been at the Billy J. Murphy complex in a minute. Like, I used to spend so much time over there. As I was driving in, I was just reflecting on the number of hours I spent at Memphis football practices back in my previous life as a weekend sports anchor at Local 24. Like, my very first assignment when I moved to Memphis was media day for the Tigers, because I moved this time of year. It was media day, and at the time, Local 24 had the coaches show, and it was me and Steph Allen, who is now one of our wonderful photographers here with the Grizzlies. We were coworkers for like a week at Local 24 before he bopped on over to the Grizzlies. And our one assignment working together was media day. And we interviewed like 20 players in rapid succession. And it was my first time meeting Mike Norvell. And it was my first experience with the Memphis football team. And then from there on out, I spent a lot of early mornings there, a lot of hot afternoons there. And then all of a sudden I realized, like, it had been 5 years since I'd last been there. The last time I was at the football practice facility was December of 2019, after Mike Norvell leaves for Florida State. And at the time, Ryan Silverfield was actively campaigning. And I think that's a fair way to put it. He was at least loudly saying, "Hey, I want this job." And we'd be at practices leading up to the Tigers' trip to the Cotton Bowl. And then eventually the news was, all right, we're removing the interim tag off of Ryan Silverfield, and he's going to be the next coach. And I think the last report I filed from the Billy J. Murphy complex was Ryan Silverfield is the new head coach of the Memphis Tigers. His first game is going to be Memphis Penn State in the Cotton Bowl. And then following them there, and then the world fell apart in 2020, and I moved over to the Grizzlies eventually. And I didn't have a big old camera to lug anymore, and I didn't need to go to practice. We're talking about practice. I got to just enjoy Memphis Tigers games and evaluate them from that stance. So anyway, it was my first time being there since the indoor facility opened, and it was just so widely impressive. Like, we took a tour of that whole place, and from the weight room, the locker room, the training facilities, the snack rooms, multiple, the meeting rooms, the film rooms, like everything was just incredible.
Did you say snack rooms?
I said snack rooms twice.
Oh, well, snack rooms 4 times.
Multiple snacks. One of them was physically called the snack room. There's things where, depending on how much you sweat, you have snacks that are filtered to your sweat levels that they have. The science behind how a football team runs is just a fascinating thing to witness, and I really appreciated getting the chance to go through all that yesterday. And in terms of like where Memphis stacks up, I haven't been to other training facilities within the American, the A, but it's got to be one of the nicest, if not the nicest, I would assume the nicest facility that is in that conference. And you add in the news, like it just felt like a big time program. You add in the news yesterday with Dr. Ed Scott on Gary's show, breaking the news about the continued or furthered partnership with FedEx, the fact that you're going to have FedEx in the end zones at Tigers games this season, which is a first in college athletics. Memphis will be the first college to feature corporate branding in their end zones. They have this connected tagline together of Memphis Athletics moving forward together, or moving Memphis Athletics forward together. It was just a really cool day. I had a lot of people reach out, well, how do you think the team's gonna be? I don't know. I really don't. They have 70 new players on the team, which sounds insane. It is not that insane when it's in comparison to just the reality of college football programs across the country these days. But it is the kind of thing where in the olden days, we would say something like, well, this team is obviously in a transition year. But now you don't get the fortune of a transition year. Like, transition years don't exist. So you need Brendan Lewis, who was great on The Vernon Show. If you missed that interview, check it out. How Chicken Salad Chick was one of the main reasons why he ended up choosing to come play at Memphis. But you get him, you get this receiver room full of a lot of guys we just don't know a ton about. Cortez Braham, who played with Brendan at Nevada, CJ Smith, who's a registered freak. You get these running backs coming off of injuries from Sutton Smith and Greg DeRosier's, the offensive line, a revamped defense. There's just so much unknown with this Memphis team.
That's why it's like, hey, how much do you trust the coach?
Exactly.
And we're focused on Memphis. We're talking about Memphis because we're here and we have an affinity for that program. But when you look around at the rest of the American, I feel like everybody's dealing with that. I don't think anybody's bringing back a whole lot of returning production from a year ago, right? Quality production at that. And I would imagine that those players hop into the transfer portal to go other places. So everybody's dealing with a large swath of transfers coming into their program, and it's about how quickly you can get everything to gel.
The thing that was interesting in doing our prep for our potential Heisman draftees, there has been a shift, though, because we are losing that super senior from COVID. Like, Memphis still has one. That's why you have 2 quarterbacks in that QB room who are really impressive young players who would be starting in another circumstance. But, here's Brendan Lewis, who's has 5 years of experience under his belt and is about to play his 6th season of college football. But a lot of these schools, when we're looking at Heisman contenders, it's now players who have been at their programs and grown into their spot. It's not a transfer who is leading the way. So it's an interesting push and pull with it all. I was looking through The Athletic ranked all 136 teams in college football, and they ranked Memphis at 54th. And their little synopsis of it was, Nevada transfer quarterback Brendan Lewis takes over, but one of the American's most talented programs has questions with new starters almost everywhere. That's true. Like, that sums it up. New starters almost everywhere. They have 3 returning starters. But it was fun. I can't wait. Memphis Chattanooga a week from Saturday, middle of the afternoon at the bank. I won't be in the country to see it, but I hope everybody else goes out to support. Before we get to Teresa Walker, want to get into quickly last night in the W. Big history made in the WNBA. Paige Bueckers dropped 44 points against the Sparks. The Wings lost by 1, but Paige Bueckers, 44 points. She also had 4 rebounds, 3 assists, but those 44 points came on 4 of 4 shooting from 3, 17 of 21 from the field in 36 minutes played. That is what we call a clinic She was a machine. That is what great players are supposed to do against bad defenses, is absolutely shred them. It is the most points ever scored by a rookie in WNBA history. Small asterisk there because she's tied with Cynthia Cooper, but Cooper was 34 years old when she was a rookie in the WNBA because the WNBA didn't exist until she was 34. So technically, Paige Bueckers most points by a first-year professional player. And we talked last week, CJ, like this is why Paige Bueckers is my rookie of the year. This is why I expect Paige Bueckers will be the rookie of the year. It's no disrespect to Sonia Citron. It's no disrespect to Kiki Irifen. It is all the respect for Paige Bueckers is a potential generational talent. It is always too early. You never know how things pan out. But whoo, buddy, if she hadn't been injured those 2 years in college, we would not be shutting up about Paige Bueckers.
No, she would be what Caitlin Clark is.
Yes.
Right? Like that was supposed to be the rivalry. That was clearly going to be the rivalry we were setting up for in college basketball. And then Paige goes down and in walks Angel Reese, and now it's Reese and Clark. But it's supposed to be Clark and Paige. No disrespect to anybody else involved, but that's what it was supposed to be. And Paige can do so many different things, and that's the thing about her game that I enjoy. Right, that I like players who can facilitate an offense, can get everybody set up in the right spot, can get the assists, can get the steals, can be a primary defender on the other team's best player, can go and get rebounds. Like I like those types of players. The scoring is like, okay, cool. Like I'm cool with that.
Defends well.
But I'm not really into the scoring side of things the way that I am all the other things. And I thought that the biggest thing for Paige coming in would be, hey, is she going to be able to go out there and get buckets? She was not somebody who I thought could go get buckets in college. And then she has that Final Four run this season where she is out there getting buckets. It's like, oh, okay, that's cool. It's her senior year. She doesn't want it. She's going to go out swinging. I like that type of competitiveness in a player. But in the W, she's going to be more of an everything else, not necessarily a first option to score. And this year, I couldn't be more impressed by what she's able to do scoring the ball in the W. Last night is just another example of her ability to put the ball on the floor and shoot it off the dribble. And now it makes me look quizzically at Gino. Like, why were you holding this back? Why were you stopping this? It's a lot like, who was Michael's coach in college? Why am I blanking on Michael Jordan's college coach? But it was
North Carolina.
I remember.
Oh my God.
Because
really
he called Roy.
Yes.
I do believe he called Roy Williams. Said, hey, come home.
Yes.
And Roy left Kansas, came home. All the way goes.
Dean Smith.
Dean Smith. Thank you. The great
I was
Dean
gonna say
Smith.
Gene Smith, so we were close.
The great Dean Smith. I apologize. I remember the quote going around, and I wasn't alive. I don't believe I was alive when it was said, but it's just a quote that circulates from Bobby Knight saying the only person who could stop Michael Jordan in college was Dean Smith. And I can't help but feel like Gino held a lot of that offensive production, particularly from a scoring standpoint, away from us, keeping Paige within the system he wanted to run in UConn. She's incredible.
Okay, well, I'll put it this way. She's so incredible that she is able to do that despite Chris Colclane's being her coach with the Dallas Wings. Like the rest of that team in shambles. They lost last night. They're eliminated from the playoffs. They're a bad team. Save Paige Bueckers. Somebody. Anybody.
Rookie of the year.
Yes.
All W?
I'd have to really go through. I haven't done that exercise.
Okay.
I don't want to be disrespectful.
That's the next part of this.
Sure.
Though. The next part is like, okay, clearly this is a rookie. This is the rookie of the year. Clearly this is first team all rookie. Are we talking third team all W, second team all W? Like where are we talking about Paige right now?
My first instinct would be second.
Okay.
But I'd have to go through and do it all the way. And guess what? Look, we just talked about Paige Bueckers the whole time, and it doesn't have to do anything. I know we mentioned Caitlin Clark from the standpoint of they could have risen together in the college ranks, but people are crazy. You can't have anyone do anything without it being like, oh, well, look at what Paige Bueckers shows that Caitlin Clark was never all that real. Or I don't want to hear this about Paige Bueckers because I'm like, we haven't seen Caitlin Clark in 20 plus games.
Listen.
How quickly we forget.
The world keeps spinning.
It just keeps moving
that
on.
Part I understand because we forgot about this dude here.
Oh, yeah.
We immediately, Ja was gone, what was that, 2023?
Yes.
Like that 23-24 season?
Well, okay, how
was
funny is
he's-
that? Because
he's gone. Like we've forgotten entirely about the pull-in
Yes.
that he had on the sport. That's just that part of the sports. I understand that part.
The 2023-2024 Memphis Grizzlies are the soft equivalent to the 2024-2025 Indiana Fever. And by that, I mean just the 2025 Indiana Fever because we just play in this year. I'm so used to having seasons go through 2 years. They are so injury bugged. I mean, obviously now with Sophie out, Caitlin Clark apparently has a bone bruise on top of everything else. She's not going to come back, is she? I don't want to. I'm not recklessly speculating. That's just my.
Which one does? It's Sophie. Everybody's excited about the podcast, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so she was on her podcast, and she said, "Hey, all of these injuries happen after birthdays. Like after insert player who got injured's birthday."
Really?
If I heard it correctly.
Fascinating.
But she said that
What
she
a
doesn't
theory.
think she doesn't think anybody on the team is going to celebrate their birthday going forward.
Well, you got to make sacrifices for this game.
Gotta
If you want to contend, can't celebrate birthdays anymore. Shout out the W. Did see a report that they broke their all-time regular season attendance record, and there's still a month to go in the season. And a big shout out to the Golden State Valkyries, who sold out a 17th straight game at home. They have been highly responsible for some of those big numbers. We got to get to Teresa Walker. She's going to join us after a quick break. We'll talk with her about the Tennessee Titans. There was a little situation between Cam Ward and Jeffery Simmons. Simmons is downplaying it. We'll get Teresa's take. We move closer to the start of the NFL season. We'll talk a little college football as well with Teresa after a quick break.
Preseason Box to Row Coaches Poll has come out. Jackson State sits there at number 1. This is the third time in the poll's history that Jackson State has been the preseason number 1 team in the nation. And then Tennessee State being at 5, that really surprised me. Get all of your HBCU sports and culture news by tuning in to HBCU Huddle with CJ Hurt and Mike Wallace. New episodes drop every Thursday on grindcitymedia.com, YouTube, and Spotify.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Speaking of Adidas, are these the Harden 10s?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I guess so.
From what
You guys don't
speculation-
sound too excited. It kind of looks like when you flush the toilet in the water.
Yeah, it's like a whirlpool.
Like a
You know,
whirlpool.
want to be phone positive.
Yeah. Want to be phone positive.
Or artists just making some paint up and they just
Looks like phone puzzle material.
Yeah, or a
it does look
thumbprint.
like-
The Sneak Fest Show, live Tuesdays at 2 p.m. on Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app.
Scotty Scheffler ran away with the Open Championship this weekend. My God, this guy, he's not real. Have we reached the point with Scotty Scheffler where you don't have to care a thing about golf, but you still know there's a dude named Scotty Scheffler who is awesome at it?
He is solidified himself as one of the greats in the sport. At this point, probably of all time.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
What is the biggest Summer League accomplishment so far for this Grizzlies team?
Tuomas Isalo filling out his coaching staff. The Ryan Saunders hiring
was essential. It was big time. You have a veteran NBA voice there.
Hey, Grizzlies fans, be sure to tune in to Grizzbeat, where the panel and I break down all things Grizzlies and take a look at the rest of the NBA as well. The show is live every Wednesday, 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Welcome back. It is Thursday. That means it's time to catch up with one of our favorites, Teresa Walker from the Associated Press. She joins us every Thursday. She joins us now. Teresa, training camp is done, almost done, essentially done?
Essentially done. We were kind of having this talk yesterday. It used to be a big thing. I mean, Jeff Fisher would have a crazy bat race to officially mark the end of training camp, but that was when you had two-a-days, and the days, would start at 6 a.m., go to 11:30 at night, and there would be much rejoicing at the end of training camp. But, with the 2011 CBA, it's a much nicer, more organized. It's not the huge rejoicing situation, and and they have one preseason game. It's tomorrow night against the Minnesota Vikings, who won't be playing any of their starters. Cam Ward will be starting. He will be playing probably a couple of series. Jeff Simmons says he wants to play. He can't remember when he last played in a preseason game, but he wants to play. So we'll see what they do. The key thing now, get through Friday night healthy, make your final cuts Tuesday. And here's the thing to remember. The Titans, because they, got Cam Ward at number one, they hold the number one spot atop the waiver wire. That counts for everybody who gets released Tuesday in the NFL at the final roster cut down. So we've been trying to figure out, could it be 5 to 8 who are on the bubble? So don't celebrate, guys, when you're told you're on the team, because Titans will be looking over all those guys who are being released to see who can be an upgrade. There's one local guy speculating that maybe it's 10 to 12. I'm not so sure it's that high. But yeah, I don't think there's a lot. There's some guys 47 to 53. You can't be very comfortable at all until, say, next Thursday morning even.
So what are some positions that you think the Titans could use the waiver wire to help shore up?
Oh, cornerback. L'Jarius Sneed passed his physical yesterday, started practicing, trying to get back into shape. He's got 18 days till the opener at Denver to do that, but that's an area they need depth. Also, outside pass rusher. I mean, Arden Key, Draymond Jones, Sebastian Joseph Day at defensive end. They let Harold Landry go. I'm not seeing somebody flash to the point that I can say, oh yeah, they're good. And they need depth. They absolutely need depth at those positions. And also probably inside linebacker. I'm thinking all defense at this point, because I like what they've got at wide receiver. Honestly, we were chatting the other day and comparing the top of the receiving core here to what Denver's got on offense. Probably take the Titans at this point. So the problem is defense. So outside pass rush, inside linebacker for depth, cornerback for depth, because they're thin like a saltine cracker at those positions.
I've never thought of a saltine cracker as thin particularly. I think of nut thins as like the thinnest chip or the thinnest cracker.
Have a gluten-free cracker and then you'll understand thin.
Teresa, I don't know how you do it. That's where gluten-free crackers and gluten-free pretzels, I cannot convince myself that they are the real deal.
The gluten-free pretzels have gotten much better. And there's an entertainment cracker that I can actually spread spreadable cheese on it, and it doesn't disintegrate in my hand. The saltine crackers that are gluten-free, they're excellent for soup. They have the same taste. There's just that you can't hold them together and put something on it and put it in your mouth or try to take a bite. Disintegration.
You can't make like little saltine peanut butter sandwiches. Did you ever do that?
Not so much with the peanut butter. I'm more like, I like my cheese and crackers.
Okay. I love
peanut butter jelly.
Saltines.
Like parents would lie to you. Like my parents would lie to us like it was a treat when in actuality we were just poor and we weren't. It's Tuesday to the week of payday. We got to make food stretch till Friday.
In actuality, my mom just didn't cook very well, and she was like, "Ooh, look at this treat I made you for lunch. Go brag about it. Here's your saltine." Other kids bring it on bread. No. Saltine crackers with a little peanut butter in between. That is the way that you want it. Teresa, did want to get your perception on the little situation that popped off between Cam Ward and Jeffery Simmons at camp. Jeffery Simmons described it as like it's training camp and tempers flare, and he respects the offense and respects the quarterback, and they've moved on from it. Cam Ward was a little more, I don't know, Cam Ward about it all, like saying how strong Jeffery is and that it's just what they needed, and he's going to be the first person he talks ish to when he steps on the football field. What was the whole situation, and how did you take both of their responses to it?
It would have been nice if Jeffery Simmons had talked on Monday, but there were 2 plays left in that practice, and they escort. And Callahan explained it Tuesday morning. When a guy gets too hot, they escort him off the field and let him cool down before he can come back. And the problem is there's 2 plays left, so he couldn't come back. Maybe Callahan could have just simply called it off after those, after that little shoving incident. And yeah, it's one of those things where Cam Ward put his hand on Simmons and Simmons shoved back, pushing, shoving, scrum, altercation is probably way too much. But yes, when Cam Ward talked about it yesterday, he's like, "What did you learn about that?" And he's like, Jeff is strong as number 2. So yes, I'm sorry. Too many years of the AP style book where I cannot use that word in public. So
it's hard for me too, Teresa. It's okay.
It's hard for me also.
No, it's not. CJ's over here saying everything, anytime, any place.
Oh, I do too. Off air, off the page.
Me too.
Yes, but that's the thing. Cam Ward, he's like, he gets it. And Jeff Simmons back at minicamp to wrap up the offseason, he particularly said, "I heard a lot about how Cam Ward talks. I wanted to check it out myself." And they've been smacking back and forth. And Jeff Simmons is trying, he kind of made it sound like he was going to help, introduce Cam Ward to the, kind of baptize him into what he's going to be facing from NFL defenders all season long. So Cam Ward's gotten a look at that. And as Jeff Simmons said on Tuesday, it's like, listen, if we're in a joint practice and somebody does that to my quarterback, I'm going to be the first guy in there to have his back. So it's all in fun. It was really, really, really hot in Nashville on Monday.
What do you make of this extended, I don't know if it's more so than normal, just coming off of the other night's game between the Bengals and the Commanders where Joe Burrow played into the second quarter, and as you just said, Cam Ward expects to play at least a couple series come Friday in their last preseason game. Do you like extended reps for the starters during the preseason, or do you sit there like I do saying, oh my God, please just don't get hurt?
Well, if I'm watching the Bengals and I'm a Burrow fan, I absolutely am, because, did you see the surrender by that offensive line? Burrow is running for his life. I pull him with a hook immediately as if it's the Gong Show. But for Cam Ward, and somebody pointed this out the other day, an NFL writer points out that Patrick Mahomes usually plays in the preseason. Tom Brady did. It's just one of those things that, especially now with the cut down to 3 preseason games, you don't play for 2 weeks. If you don't play in this last preseason game, particularly at least a series, that whole idea there's preseason speed, regular season speed, postseason speed. Yes, it's like going from second gear to third gear to fourth gear for regular season speed. So it's like you're shifting into it's coming faster, and you're having to rep things, and it's like, oh yeah, those guys on the other side are trying to kill you. And then you get to postseason and you're in overdrive. So yeah, the idea that you can just sit a guy and let him go 18 days, some veteran pros maybe can get away with that. Some guys you are trying to nurse. Right guard Kevin Zeitler, he's 35. The Titans know exactly what he's going to do, and he's working to be ready September 7th at Denver. But Cam Ward, you're still, I'm sorry, playing at Miami, that's not going to be the speed when the Denver Broncos are trying to kill him in Mile High Stadium, or whatever they call it these days, on September 7th. It just isn't. So give him a chance to be ready before having to go. It won't be 18 days. It'll be closer to just over 16, 15, whatever.
Empower Empower Field at Mile High, Empower Stadium at Mile High. It's Empower at Mile High. I miss Mile High
So
Stadium. It's
traditional.
I know. Teresa, wanted to get your take on a fellow AFC South member, and that is the Indianapolis Colts naming Daniel Jones their starting quarterback for this season. To you, what does that mean for the future of Anthony Richardson in Indianapolis?
It depends on what Anthony Richardson does with it. Shane Steichen, I actually watched his press conference yesterday talking about the decision, and it's like he notes that Richardson's just 23. Now, the problem is they took him so young. He should have stayed in college and continued working on himself, but he listened to folks, came out, and yes, Jim Irsay went for it. You know what? Jim Irsay died earlier this year. His daughter is one of the co-owners, and she's I watched that news conference when they were talking about taking over and replacing their dad. She listens on the headset to make sure what's going on. So I think she probably has a good idea of what Anthony Richardson has and hasn't done as a quarterback to grow. And we've heard all sorts of things about his inability to read defenses or get the team to the line in time. But the biggest thing is stay healthy. And guys, his numbers are at the bottom. I mean, he just hasn't been productive when he has been available. Is he dangerous? Is he physically gifted? Yes. Now he needs to take this time and grow. And Daniel Jones, it feels like the Colts are trying to hope that they get a Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield resurrection of a quarterback who was a top pick earlier. But, what's the saying? When you have two quarterbacks, you have none? Yeah, they have Jonathan Taylor. They're going to be needing him a lot.
Anthony Richardson will get another chance.
It's the NFL, yes.
He'll get another chance. Like week 4, week 5. I have no faith in Daniel Jones. And then it becomes, like you said, Teresa, hey, what does he do with the second opportunity that he gets? We saw Bryce Young get benched during the season last year. Injuries dictated he come back in, and he was a completely different player when he came back. And so then that gave the Panthers some hope, and they're like, okay, we got the hope in you again. Let's continue to try and work on this. I feel like he will get the opportunity to have that type of resurrection. Now, I don't think he can make the most of it because, Teresa, you pointed out, I don't think he reads defenses particularly well. And while he was a freakish athlete in college, it's the NFL, and everybody's freakishly athletic out there. So he's not going to be able to lean as heavily on that. And honestly, he wasn't that good in college at Florida where they have all of the talent. I don't understand why the Colts drafted this dude in the first place. If it was me, I'd cut bait and start from square one and try and figure it out. But it's too late. Season started. You're going to try Daniel Jones or Anthony Richardson out there. I don't know which one of these quarterbacks that I do. Arch. That people are going to be saying you're tanking for Arch now at this point. And he's not going to come out of college.
He's not going to come out.
But
he's going to do it the right way.
But wait.
He's going to do it the Manning way.
Wait. Where did his uncle play?
Indianapolis.
Arch. Hey. You could say you're the Colts. You place a call to Peyton like, hey, Peyton, remember how we did you? We're going to do Arch the same way. We're giving him the keys, baby. Go ahead and tell him to come out. Because these two quarterbacks we got right now,
they're not
it. We need Arch. And so maybe I can convince him to come out.
Hey, Teresa, go ahead.
Picking up the phone and begging Peyton to talk Arch into coming out. I'm sorry. Eli and Peyton both played and stayed in college for 4 years. They don't have to come out. They can, and geez, with the NIL money now, there's no reason to come out unless you absolutely, positively want to.
Hey, Teresa, speaking of Arch, we are drafting potential 2025 Heisman Trophy winners in our next segment. It is August 21st. We have not seen a single game. Who is your way too early pick for Heisman this season?
Ooh, that's a good one. I know that everybody is loving the Ohio State quarterback. I almost kind of want to maybe think about saying Martell Height of Vanderbilt. The reason being, I know, hear me on this, because they're gonna he's taught, they're gonna let him try and play some two-way ball. Because he once played with Travis Hunter, played against him, And it's like he'd been wanting that chance. You know, he's a guy who's shown the ability on returns, and he's been a strong cornerback for Vanderbilt. And we'll see if he can carry that over. I mean, hey, it's way too early, so there's that asterisk. But,
Yeah.
I mean, if you can play two ways and put up some numbers Travis Hunter showed, you can go win the Heisman in New York.
This is why I love Teresa Walker, because who on earth is praising Martell Height for Heisman in August of 2025? You are. I love it. I see the vision. Diego Pavia sitting front row. Chris
Big hype
Jenner
man.
style with his little camera, like, you're doing great, sweetie. It'd be such a moment. Teresa, thank you as always.
Y'all are
We
sickos.
appreciate you.
I love it. Sick.
If I'm sick, make me Hugh Freeze in the hospital bed coaching. Thumbs up all the time. No, Jacob, I don't want Hugh Freeze. I don't want to be Hugh Freeze. I'm just saying I respect the commitment to the game,
You
okay?
respected that, okay? All right.
If I'm sick, that's how I envision it.
Okay. You're also a little old for Hugh, I think, but
Oh, God.
he did it, not me. What do you mean?
Since we didn't have a normal show yesterday, we weren't able to talk about Auburn just adding their championships.
Oh, the what? 11 championships? Why the hell not? This sport is so stupid.
I love how they're
Go
like,
get it.
we've previously been acting humble, and now we want to take what we rightly deserved. I'm like, many people have speculated it's because they needed a distraction because Auburn has 3 quarterbacks and 3 different
What's
coaches
it mean when you
depending
have
on what
3
down you're on.
quarterbacks?
What does it mean when you, I mean, I get that you have a nice assistant coaching staff.
Hold on.
Yes.
Run that back by me.
You have a coach for each down. Like if it's a first down,
When
this
did
coach
they-
is calling the
when-
play. If
who
it's a second
announced
down,
that?
this
When
coach
was
is
that
calling the
announced?
play.
That's not how
a couple
this
weeks
works.
ago.
I missed that entirely.
You don't see the vision?
No.
I saw somebody made the joke. Many people made the joke. All I know is if it's a bad down, it certainly wasn't you. All right, we're drafting Heisman candidates. It feels not right to call them Heisman candidates. These are people that we have come up with as potential Heisman
dudes
winners.
we want to win the Heisman? Dudes we wouldn't be upset
Dudes
if
we
they
believe
won?
could win the Heisman.
Okay.
How about that?
All right.
Dudes we think could maybe sort of kind of win the Heisman. What a sell. What a sell for this coming draft. We'll do it on the other side.
You ready? I've been ready. What are we waiting for?
Let's go, Grizz! Let's go! Oh, John Moran just broke the rim with that finish. Defense, take that ball! Defense, take that ball! Jared with a rejection. Give me that! Moran digs at it, knocks it away. Picked up by Pippen. Bob, Brendan Clark. On that rim!
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Speaking of Adidas, are these the Harden 10s?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I guess so.
From what
You guys don't
speculation-
sound too excited.
Nah.
It kind of looks like when you flush the toilet in the water.
Yeah, it's like a whirlpool.
Like a
You know,
whirlpool.
wanna be phone positive.
Yeah.
Want to be phone positive. Or artists just making some paint up and they just
Looks like phone positive material.
Yeah, or a
Yeah,
thumbprint.
like-
The Sneak Fest Show, live Tuesdays at 2 p.m. on Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app.
Scotty Scheffler ran away with the Open Championship this weekend. My God, this guy, he's not real. Have we reached the point with Scotty Scheffler where You don't have to care a thing about golf, but you still know there's a dude named Scotty Scheffler who is awesome at it.
He is solidified himself as one of the greats in the sport. At this point, probably of all time.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Let's check the over-under totals. Alabama, Georgia, and Texas all at 9.5. LSU, Ole Miss, Tennessee at 8.5.
I love Ole Miss over the 8.5. I think Ole Miss can win 9.
But Ole Miss, they're gonna, Ole Miss, they're gonna lose to Arkansas week.
But they
3.
could go 9-3. Like Ole Miss winning 10 games
They always
is
pull
always
some
like
crap like that.
Ole Miss winning 10 can seem a bit of a stretch, but they can win 9.
They're gonna lose at Kentucky week 2.
The Odds Couple, live at 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Preseason Box to Row Coaches Poll has come out. Jackson State sits there at number 1. This is the 3rd time in the poll's history that Jackson State has been the preseason number 1 team in the nation. And then Tennessee State being at 5, that really surprised me.
Get all of your HBCU sports and culture news by tuning in to HBCU Huddle with CJ Hurt and Mike Wallace. New episodes drop every Thursday on grindcitymedia.com, YouTube, and Spotify.
Before we get to our draft, CJ, I have a present for you.
Give it to me.
I have a present for you. This is my last show in a minute. I'm heading out. I'm leaving on a jet plane. And Darnell just wanted to make sure that you would be appropriately ready for the season ahead in my absence, because who will be here to breathe life into the teams that are disrespected and ignored? But you can't ignore it when you are in your MACtion shirt. Come on. No. Get some MACtion. Get some MACtion. You can thank Darnell. It is from Darnell. It's been sitting on my desk for a week, and I wanted to find the perfect time. Now, that means you are contractually obligated to watch the first MAC game of the season.
When is it?
It is Thursday of week 1, so whatever that Thursday is. It is Ohio versus Rutgers on the Big Ten Network. All you have to do is flip on Big Ten Network and watch Ohio Rutgers Thursday at 5 p.m. You don't get a MACtion Tuesday until November, I regret to inform you. But once it's then,
that's when it's good.
We get UMass, Akron, and Miami of Ohio versus Ohio, November 4th. I'm counting down. That's going to be a Tuesday
Ohio
to
versus
remember.
Ohio has one of those like interstate rivalry
I think they do.
names. And I think they get a really absurd trophy, if I remember that game.
Battle of the Bricks.
Yes.
I love the Battle of the Bricks.
What's the
They receive
trophy?
a mug. It's just a mug.
Okay, no, that's not the one. Maybe
It's not
it's
exciting enough.
Toledo, Ohio. One of them got the weirdest name.
But I like the Battle of the Bricks.
And you know that game. I don't know who's going to be playing in that game. I don't know any other coaches.
You don't?
But I know, when is that?
November 4th.
I know that there will be a wintry mix. I know that there will be
Likely.
Strong gusts. And I feel confident that we see a triple reverse flea flicker thrown for a touchdown. Confident. That's going to be some good stuff.
The head coach of Miami of Ohio, Chuck Martin. Chuck Martin. Let's see where he was before.
Because I've never heard of Chuck Martin.
He was offensive coordinator at Notre Dame. He was at Notre Dame for multiple years. Before that, he was the head coach at Grand Valley State. Before that, he was the linebackers coach at Eastern Michigan.
Okay.
He was the defensive coordinator at Millikan. He was the linebackers coach at Wittenberg. And he was the GA at Mankato State.
Good luck to the man. Wait, he's the head coach of Ohio?
Miami of Ohio.
Where, are they the ones playing Rutgers?
Are they?
No, tell me the one
No,
playing
the other
Rutgers.
Ohio.
Okay.
The Ohio Bobcats head football coach is...
Because I need them to be Rutgers. I need everybody, hear me now, I need everybody in all these other conferences just to whoop up on the Big Ten.
Okay. Brian Smith.
There we go. Come on, Coach Smith.
Brian Smith, he's a newbie. He was named head coach on December 18th, 2024, after serving as the associate head coach and offensive coordinator.
Where?
There.
Okay, all right. Come on, Coach
You know
Smith.
what? Shout out
Let's go. Let's
to the
get it.
schools of the MAC for promoting people within. How rare it is these days to spend that much time at one organization.
Rutgers is a piss
Respect.
poor football program. You guys can do it, Ohio. Go get it.
Oh, he was that's why I knew his name. He was the offensive coordinator at Washington State and a running backs coach at Washington State.
Hang 50 on him. Put up 100 on him. Let's go, Ohio Bobcats. Bobcats?
Prior to Pullman, he was Hawaii's associate head coach and offensive coordinator. This guy, I might be a fan.
Bobcats?
He's attached. Yes, the Bobcats.
Okay. Come on, Ohio.
They have I love their cat logo. Okay. It's like the cat with have the mouth and then like the intense whiskers coming out of it, like right under the H and the I of the Ohio. Anyway, we have Heisman candidates to pick.
I don't know what we're calling
We are
it.
naming this draft.
Just call it the Heisman draft so people get mad and we can just get going with
Okay, fine. This is the 2025 potential Heisman winners draft. We are drafting absolute surefire people who you are definitely thinking could win the Heisman coming out of this college football season. Who will get the first pick? That is for the Ducks to decide. Oh, am I a pirate duck? Or like an Italian Nona duck?
Or are you a duck with weave in the hair?
Maybe that.
Is that braids?
I'm
a bumblebee
appreciating.
duck.
You're a bumblebee.
Are you appreciating?
Yeah, I'm appreciating.
Bumblebee me. Let's go.
Congrats. Can't wait to see where you go with this.
I can't wait to see either. I have to go to the notebook. Oh, okay. My issue with this trophy.
I want everyone to know that this was CJ's idea. This draft was all CJ's idea.
My issue with this trophy
Yeah.
is that it's supposed to go to the best college football player. And far too often, most of the time, it just goes to the quarterback everybody likes that year. Since 2000, according to my notes, since 2000, QBs have won the award 20 times, including 8 of the last 10. Do you know the 5 players who won the Heisman who weren't quarterbacks?
Recently?
Since 2000. One is your boy.
Yeah, well, one's Travis Hunter from last year.
That's one.
Reggie Bush.
That's 2.
Devontae.
Yep.
I can't think of his last name.
Smith.
Smith, thank you.
The other 2 are Alabama players also.
One's a running back. Mark Ingram.
And the other one is a running back also.
I know, and I'm Derrick Henry.
There you go. So those are the 5 non-quarterbacks to win it. So it's going to be a quarterback. It doesn't make sense to not take a quarterback.
What if?
I mean, I want to do the what if thing also. What if we did this award the right way and Ndamukong Suh and the Honey Badger and players like that, the players who were actually the best players in the college football landscape, won the Heisman Trophy. But those 2 players didn't win it, and they put up incredible numbers and gave us incredible moments. So give me Cade Klubnik. I mean, Clemson won the ACC last year. We talk about Clemson like Clemson was down last year, and they were. They still won their conference. He was top 3 in the nation in touchdowns with 36 of them things, only 6 interceptions. They bring back all but 1 member of the offensive line, and they bring back not most, I think they bring back every starting receiver they had, all 3 of them. And what's my man's name? Antonio Williams tied for the ACC lead in touchdown receptions with 11. So, there's a ton of talent on that Clemson team. They'll be very, very good. And so often this award goes to the best quarterback on the best team, as long as they have the numbers. And Cade will absolutely have the numbers.
Nice. He has the experience that my pick lacks, but that's okay. I'm going to go with the one that everybody just thinks he'll win it because of his last name, but also his skills. Give me Arch Manning. Literally the most hyped quarterback in the sport, playing for the #1 preseason team, Texas. That offense, we know that it is a solid offense for quarterbacks, allows them to put up big numbers. You had it with Quinn. Now you have an opportunity with a better quarterback, a more mobile quarterback in Arch Manning. He has the name, but the name has never won a Heisman. All those accolades for the Manning family, and there is no Heisman to be sitting amongst them at the Thanksgiving dinner table. And so, Arch Manning.
Wait, Archie doesn't have one?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think any Manning member. Now you're gonna have to.
I'll look into it. You keep going with your spiel. I'll look.
Anyway, last season showed flashes of what he could be. Threw for 939 yards and 9 touchdowns, just 2 picks. Also rushed for 108 yards and 4 touchdowns on 25 carries. he should have done the American Eagle Good Genes ad. Could have saved us a lot of horrific discourse and ideology. But instead, I just think it's time. Arch Manning, he will fulfill the destiny that is a Manning member winning the Heisman.
I don't know why I thought Archie had one.
They've combined for, I think it's 5 NFL MVP honors. How many? 4 Super Bowls? 4 Super Bowls?
Okay. They've combined.
Eli
is as far from a MVP as you can get, and
I'm just
Archie
talking
never
about
once sniffed a Super Bowl.
The Manning
but they
case.
combine. Okay. All right. Those two have the best odds.
Yes.
Arch is at plus 600. Cade is tied with Garrett Nussmeier at plus 900, which brings me to my second pick, Ryan Williams. It will not be. There's no way I can, in good conscience, take Nuss. I'm not doing it.
I can't do it either.
I'm not doing it. Ryan Williams.
I'm a Nuss Buzz fan. I like Garrett Nussmeier a lot. I just don't believe in LSU.
Why would you be?
It's fine. Just go on with Ryan Williams.
Because did you know he was 17 last year as a true freshman?
I'm familiar with the
Okay.
stat.
8 touchdown reception tied him for second most in the SEC. 17.6 yards per play. Right? Like that's exciting. I think he's on 52, 53 touches on the offensive side of the ball. He's got the excitement. He's got the big play ability. And you need those moments to go along with stats if you're going to win the Heisman. He's number 12 on the ESPN top 100 college football players. I think that's a little low, obviously, because I'm taking him here with my pick. But give me Ryan Williams. I look forward to watching Ryan Williams play this year.
I can't wait to hear them say he's only 18.
Only
over and over.
18.
I really like the Alabama quarterback as well, Ty Simpson, which if Ryan Williams is going to have a massive year, you need someone competent enough to get him the ball, and I do think they have that in Ty Simpson. I like that pick. I will also go with a wide receiver with my second pick, and I could take this player simply because I enjoy trolling CJ with somebody who just yesterday was talking about Michigan and said, with everything in me, I hate them. Give me Jeremiah Smith. Jeremiah Smith, who by the end of last season, you were thinking, God, this is the best skill player in college football. He's the kind of player who, if he is on your team, you feel like you have a chance to win any game. Last season, 1,315 yards, 15 touchdowns, huge college football playoff through the entirety of the bracket, 381 yards, 5 touchdowns during the entire CFP. Set Ohio State freshman record for receiving yards in a game with 187 in that game against Oregon. Also holds Ohio State freshman records for receiving yards in a season, receiving touchdowns in a season, and receptions. Jeremiah Smith is awesome. If there is a non-quarterback to win this year, to give us the first back-to-back non-quarterback Heisman winner since, CJ, hit me with it.
Charles Woodson and Ricky Williams.
Yes.
Charles Woodson. Oh no, it would be Ricky Williams and Ron Dane because it went Woodson, Williams, Dane. So since Ricky Williams, Ron Dane.
I think he has a chance.
10-1 odds. 10-1 odds for him. I think 35-1 odds for Ryan Williams, and that's it in the top 20 odds for non-quarterbacks to win the Heisman per the odds makers in the Vegas. And I don't know. I don't remember saying that I hated them, but I do hate them. I do. And I'm already having nightmares about him. I wasn't going to take him, but
I know you wouldn't.
He's going to be special.
I could have snubbed it.
You could have waited till 5. We could do 20, and I still wouldn't take him.
Yeah.
Give me. Ready to get weird?
Yeah.
Sam Leavitt, Arizona State quarterback. Completed 60% of his passes last year. He was a freshman. I didn't know he was a freshman last year. He was a freshman last year. 24 touchdowns, just 6 interceptions, 8.2 yards per attempt. They bring back a lot. They bring back the top receiver in the Big 12. They bring back damn near everybody on their offensive line as well. And this was a team, we fell in love with Scatterboo later in the season. This was a team that was in the CFP. It's going to hurt not having him. But I think Levis got enough to get the job done and get them a Big 12 championship game appearance. And if you can do that, you're probably putting up pretty impressive numbers.
Okay. I like that pick. I'll go back to the quarterback well, and I'll take someone I like and I'm hopeful for a big season 4. Give me Lenoris Sellers. He is a long shot.
don't like him either.
I love him, mostly because I just want an ad to be made where this kid used to wear goggles and then he put contacts in and then he won the Heisman. Like, that's the old trope of she was overlooked when she wore glasses, but God, they took those glasses off and she blossomed into an absolute hottie. I think Lenore Sellers is a very fun quarterback to watch. Last season, Lenore Sellers, 3,208 total yards, 25 touchdowns, 7 rushing touchdowns. I just really like watching him play. I think the South Carolina team is a fun team to watch play. I love a underdog story, and if there is an underdog of preseason ranked teams in the SEC, it still feels like that stigma currently is attached to South Carolina a bit, and so I will be rooting for Lenore Sellers, and we know dual threat quarterbacks make excellent Heisman candidates.
That they do. I think South Carolina ends the season very disappointed because they're not going to be ranked, but whatever. Let's get it going. Nick Singleton, running back out of Penn State. I'll take him. Former 5-star player. Nagging injuries in the middle of the season sort of hampered his production. But the way they're talking about utilizing him, the way they're talking about giving him the ball, Penn State last year wasn't able to push the ball down the field at all. Teams were able to key in on him and on the run game. I have to believe that just another year helps Drew Allard some and helps James Franklin enough to where they can say, okay, we can push the ball. We can be a threat to push the ball a little bit. And Singleton has, I hate to do it, I don't want to put this type of pressure on anybody, but has some of that Saquon-ness in him.
Yes.
He's a good pass catcher out of the backfield. He's somebody who can make something out of nothing if he's healthy. I think he'll have a pretty good season, and not just me, but like he's second in the preseason voting for Big Ten Offensive Player of the Year. He's a first-team All-American, AP All-American. Give me Nick Singleton.
Okay. This is someone I think could actually win it. Not that this whole draft isn't full of people I think could actually win it, but I'm going to say this and they're going to be like, oh, this is Jessica doing her normal thing where she finds a non-power player
Here we go.
No. Give me, I pledge allegiance to the United States Naval Academy. Give me Blake Horvath.
Really?
Quarterback at Navy. Did you know he is the top returning college quarterback in total QBR at 84.5? The top. Better than Cade. Better than Drew. He was awesome last year, and they bring back almost their entire offensive line, almost all of their skill players. And last year, he had 30 combined touchdowns. He had 17 on the ground, 13 in the air, over 1,000 yards passing, over 1,000 yards rushing, over 1,200 on both of those. He's really solid, and you look at the American, and I think there is an opportunity for him and Navy to make some noise. I like him. I enjoyed watching him play last year.
They're not just triple option anymore.
No,
correct?
they've completely expanded their offense.
What's my man's name? The last great Navy quarterback, Reynolds. Why do I want to call him Keenan? If Keenan didn't win it his year, I'm not sure what type of year you need to have at Navy to win it.
But I do think moving outside of just being an option team helps perception.
Yeah. Give me Jordan Tyson, star wide receiver out of Arizona State. I got 2 Arizona State players. I have irrationally fallen in love with Arizona State in the preseason. Jordan with a Y, USA Today preseason second team All-American, AP first team All-American. It is clear that he is the third most exciting playmaker in the preseason outside Ryan Williams and behind Jeremiah Smith. Last year, he had 75 receptions for 1,100 yards and 10 touchdowns. Yeah, 10 touchdowns. And if Arizona State is going to be good, it'll be that combo, the Sam and Jordan combo that'll get them there. And he'll probably give us a couple of spectacular catches and some really, really fun moments as well.
All right. I don't feel particularly passionate about any of these. However,
you said you like Nuss. Nuss got is tied for second best odds. He's there for you.
I don't believe in LSU. If there's one team in the top 10 that I would steadfastly say, yeah, I expect them to fall out of the top 10 by week 5, it would be LSU. And prove me wrong. I don't want to be it's not like I hate LSU. That's just my personal
Lagway is
beliefs.
there.
No, I know who I'm going to take.
Okay.
Once upon a time, I was obsessed with a little-known quarterback named Cam Ward, who played at Washington State University.
Okay.
And then he went on to Miami,
Okay.
where he was a Heisman candidate.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, I was obsessed with a little-known quarterback by the name of John Crazy Legs Mateer at Washington State University. He is now the starting quarterback at Oklahoma. And if he's not betting on games, maybe he should bet on himself to win the Heisman, because I like the smell of a crazy gunslinger with the Boomer Sooners, and I'm taking John Mateer as my dark horse, deep cut Heisman candidate. Is he even on the list? Is he on the odds list?
I'm trying to find him right now. Mateer. Jessica?
Is he there?
I'm at 200 to 1. I don't see him.
You don't
yet.
see him? Well, that's on them.
250 to 1. 300 to 1.
That's on them.
400 to 1.
Last year, John Mateer.
500 to 1.
I come with stats. Last year, do you know who led
He did.
the FBS?
He did.
In total touchdowns, that's right. It's John Crazy Legs himself. 44 touchdowns, 29 passing, 15 rushing. In comparison, Cam Ward, 25 passing touchdowns and 8 rushing in 2023 under Ben Arbuckle before he transferred to Miami. So you look at the leap that could be taken. I think it's there for John Mateer.
All right.
Thank you for coming to my service. And I swear, if another one hits, it'll feel good.
If another what hits?
Another former Washington State Cougar being in the mix
Oh, okay.
of Heisman potentials.
Okay.
Where's my guy? Where's Mr. Jorts? Why can't I think of his name at the moment?
Oh, Jaguars back up. One of the great Gardner miss
Gardner. Thank you.
Great backup quarterback in the
Great
NFL.
backup quarterback.
You
Great
want
flow.
him on your team.
Yeah.
If he played for the Colts, he'd probably be in the starting mix.
He'd be the starter. The sad thing is he probably would be.
No, he would. He would absolutely be. Until like week 4 when they're like, okay, we got to do something else.
All right. LSU fans are going to kill us.
Well, go out there.
Anyone else on your list? I could have also taken with my last pick. Big fan of Jeremiah Love at Notre Dame. If I wanted to take another non-quarterback, he plays for a team that loves to run the football, and he runs the football rather well. So I would expect another big year for him.
Kevin Concepcion, transfer from North Carolina State to Texas A&M. Freshman year, he was special. Last year, not so much. Everything fell apart for North Carolina State, so his production was down quite a bit last year. But Texas A&M has a bunch of talent. Marcel Reed, Pride of Montgomery Bell Academy, throwing the football around the field. I think Concepcion is going to be a really exciting, fun player to watch. I might be stuck at AutoZone Liberty Bowl, but gosh, I can't get, what's my man's name? Daniels.
Oh, Jalen.
Is it Jalen Daniels? Okay, Jalen Daniels. I can't get 500 and some yards and 5
Yeah, but I've been
touchdowns
saying
out
that
of my
about
head.
Jalen Daniels for. I've gone way too many seasons in thinking he's going to be my big guy.
So
him
that's
and
why
Avery at Kansas State.
Didn't get him, and there was one more long shot that I can't remember, but yeah, those were mine.
I'm also keeping an eye on. It won't be this year. Coy Parrish at Minnesota. They're saying Minnesota has the next Travis Hunter. And by them, I'm saying PJ Fleck. He's saying Minnesota has the next Travis Hunter.
Was. Noah Fafita.
Oh, I like Fafita.
I love him so very, very much. Just not sure how good Arizona's going to be.
All right, we'll take a quick break. We will come back. We will do a little Theater Thursday, some movie news, what we're watching. Also, the ESPN streaming service launches today, and there is an absolute absurd feature involved. Yes, CJ.
Also, you're going to finish the story about
the book.
The Gossip Girls book.
Yeah, you want to know my first time reading Gossip Girl. All right, we'll get into it all after a quick break.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
Shinedown. Dance Kid Dance Tour. Live in Memphis. FedEx Forum, Saturday, August 30th. With special guests, Bush, and Morgan Wade. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Shinedown, live in concert. For more, visit shinedown.com.
When were you fine being a role player?
I always think of myself as a star player because I'm doing stuff that guys don't want to do. I'm making winning plays. The whole goal of this game is to win basketball games. I think of Alex Caruso, he's a star player to me. Drew Holiday is a star player to me.
Yes, indeed.
TA is a star player to me. You know
First
what I mean?
team. Yeah.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
You get to the main event, and you hear the crowd. There's some rumblings in the crowd.
Here we go.
They say, "We want truth."
I love how John Cena said when they were chanting, "We want truth." You can't handle the truth.
There you go.
I loved it.
He takes the knee off, boom. Takes the mask off, boom. And it's our freaking truth. God, man, he cost John Cena the match.
Tune in to Grind City Wrestling weekly on the Grind City Media app and on the Grind City Media YouTube channel.
It's a massive weapon to have you pressuring the ball that far up. It wrecks offenses.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't want to do it. I think that's the main thing. Like, who wants to pick up full court the whole game? And on the opposite end, who wants someone picking them up full court the whole game?
It's annoying.
So, it's annoying, so I feel like that's why I like doing it, because, like, I wouldn't want someone to do it to me the whole game. It just shows how well-conditioned they are, too, because, like, damn, this dude will not stop.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
What is the biggest Summer League accomplishment so far for this Grizzlies team?
Tuomas Isalo filling out his coaching staff. The Ryan Saunders hiring was essential. It was big time. You have a veteran NBA voice there.
Hey, Grizzlies fans, be sure to tune in to Grizzbeat, where the panel and I break down all things Grizzlies and take a look at the rest of the NBA as well. The show is live every Wednesday, 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
All right, a couple things to get to before we get into Theater Thursday. One, can we throw up the new Cracker Barrel logo? Can we shame them into changing it back, CJ? Because it is not my Cracker Barrel that I've been to one time with you and Robbie and your wonderful families. Why did they get rid of the barrel and the little man leaning up against the barrel? Can you tell me the answer to this, please?
No. No, I can't. And this is my issue with the way we go about doing things now from a marketing standpoint, even from the way our houses are. Everything is so sleek. We've gone away from what makes everything unique and gives it the sort of coolness, the differentness. Throw it back up there, right? Everything looks so boring. Put it back up, Jacob. Like, look how boring the logo is on the right. It's just yellow with brown, black words. The one on the left has character.
Yes.
Even the design circling the Cracker Barrel.
Right, and
right?
the
like
little,
that's so
the
weird.
K.
That's so weird. What K? Oh,
in Cracker,
correct.
With the nice little bloop that creates the circle. And I don't know what shape that is, but guess what? It doesn't matter. It's Cracker Barrel. And how will I know that there is an old country store with the Cracker Barrel if they get rid of the old country store? If they get rid of the old country store, what are we doing?
Well, this is a travesty in and of itself. Show them the affront to humanity, Jacob. Show them what that can't be Cracker Barrel. I do not want look how well lit it is. Look how white the wall. I do not like that. That looks way too modern. I want my Cracker Barrel to look like I need to be entering through the back door. I want it to look like it's fresh from the 50s, like I might be called a slur for sitting down in the wrong seat. I want my Cracker Barrel to look like it has a whites-only water fountain like that. Like that.
Oh, how can you say that?
That's what I want.
That's a restaurant for everybody right there.
That's what I want.
That's a restaurant for everyone. Those chairs, the tables, the trinkets on the walls, the random fireplace.
And even
I don't even know what kind of racket is that above the fireplace.
Is that a snowshoe?
I don't know.
But even that one is a bit too modern for me.
The little lanterns on the table. What are we doing?
Like why would you take away the character of the Cracker Barrel?
I know.
And you got to keep the country store. You have to.
You have to keep the country store. When I didn't understand. I just thought
Like,
Cracker Barrel was
what are we supposed to do when we're waiting to be seated?
I was lost, but then I was found in a Cracker Barrel, and I spent 30 minutes wandering around the old country store. I almost convinced myself to buy a glittery, light-up snow globe. Why? I don't know. It called to me. It wasn't even a snow globe. It was a Halloween snow globe. I was like, ooh, certainly I need these Halloween decorations that I'm being assaulted with.
Were we?
Yes.
No, it was college football season.
No, yeah. It was college football season.
Yeah, it was September.
It was spooky season, so there was reason for the Halloween decor. There's so many Christmas ornaments. I haven't bought a Christmas ornament in forever.
I feel like I wanted to feel like if I go into the wrong bathroom, somebody's gonna stop me named Bubba, be like, whoa, boy, colored's over there. Right? Like, that's what the feel I want inside my Cracker Barrel. That's not it. Wow. That's not acceptable. No, I don't like that.
All right, next matter of business. You wanted the story of how I started reading the Gossip Girl books. When I was in the summer between 6th and 7th grade, which is far too early to be reading Gossip Girl, because I just pulled up the first chapter of Gossip Girl.
Explain to me what this is, because I haven't literally, I know nothing about, I thought it was just like Gilmore Girls, but just... Or Dawson's Creek, right? Like, I thought it was just
way edgier.
One of those types of things.
Super rich people in New York City. So the two main characters are Serena and Blair.
And there's a lot of
they're friends, and then
happening?
they're frenemies, and then and there's a lot of different relationships that pop off within it, and drama and friend drama. And I'm not kidding. Like, this is an embarrassing thing to admit. I wanted to go to Yale University, not because Rory Gilmore went to Yale. She inspired a lot of young women to also have dreams of being a Yale Bulldog. I wanted to go because Blair Waldorf wanted to go to Yale. And then within the books, Blair actually gets waitlisted at Yale. And it's maybe the most embarrassing moment of my life. When I didn't get into Yale, I made a Facebook status that was like, something along the lines of, well, if it was all right for Blair Waldorf, it'll be okay with me.
Stop it.
So bad.
Stop it.
So bad. But I was just like infatuated with this. I loved New York City. I loved the idea of like the glitz and the glam and the uber wealthy in New York and all the things in this book. And it's not like it had ever been recommended to me. I was just looking around the young adult section in the Harvard bookstore when we were there on a family vacation. We had been at the, every summer there were commissioners meetings for all of the conference commissioners. They were called the CCA meetings, and they were always in a different location. And this year's were in Boston, Massachusetts. And so we were driving around, and my mom wanted to see Cambridge. And so we drove to Harvard, and I was in the bookstore, and I was constantly trying to find something to read because I was a little nerd and I love to read. And I just picked up this book, and I was like, ooh, this looks good. Gossip Girl. Like, I'm a young woman. I like to gossip. This looks fun. And the premise is that there's this like omnipresent gossip girl who gets all of the gossip from these people and then reports and is like, XOXO, Gossip Girl here. Like, right now there's a trending sound where it's like, ooh la la, Blair and Serena, and Paris is burning. And I only know that because I saved it because I'm going to Paris. And I was like, maybe I'll use that. And again, embarrassing. These are things I should not be admitting within this show. Anyway.
But it's risque.
So first chapter of the book is all about, like, Blair is planning to lose her virginity to Nate.
Oh.
Immediately off the bat. Like, I remember sitting in the back seat of this car. I'm in the back seat of the car. Parents are driving. I'm in the backseat of the car. I'm starting my new book. I just finished Flowers for Algernon. That's how much this means to me. I remember the book I finished before I stared Gossip Girl.
How old are you again?
6th grade going into 7th grade.
Okay. So,
I'm in love for the first time, too. I should add that.
All right. I have no clue
I don't
what
think I can read this.
You want me to read
smut.
it?
No, it's like tween smut. No, you are not reading it. You are not reading it. I will read it. Either I will read it, or we will not be reading it on the show.
If you were comfortable enough to read it in the backseat of your car with your
all right, here's how the end of chapter 1 ends. And I remember sitting in the back of my eyes just going like this. And I learned more from Gossip Girl than I learned from my health classes, okay? So it was a promising book. Blair wasn't trying to be a tease. She just wasn't ready. She and Nate had barely seen each other at all over the summer because she had gone to that horrible boot camp of a tennis school in North Carolina, and Nate had gone sailing with his father off the coast of Maine. Blair wanted to make sure that after spending the whole summer apart, they still loved each other as much as ever. She wanted to wait until her 17th birthday next month. But now she was through with waiting. Nate was looking better than ever. The moss green sweater has turned his eyes a dark sparkling green, and his wavy brown hair was streaked with golden blonde from his summer on the ocean. And just like that, Blair knew she was ready. She took another sip of her scotch. Oh, yes. She was definitely ready. What 17-year-old is drinking scotch? I'm like, my friends are all drinking Burnett's. I wouldn't know. But like scotch, everything sounded so sophisticated and so elevated. And I was like,
at 17 years old.
My scotch.
Here's a line in italics, no context. I'm about to have sex with Nate. She thought giddily. What type of smut were you into?
CJ, it's a young adult novel. It's in like the tween section in a bookstore. Like, I'm sorry, what more? You sicko?
This is why they're trying to ban the books. Y'all are reading this type of stuff at 12 years old.
I'll never forget recommending it to friends, and I was like, don't tell your parents what it's about. It was a lot. It's like a ton of books. I still have them. These books mean as much to me as the Harry Potter books did. I'm not like, if I had to pick 2 book series that were completely influential in my life, it is Gossip Girl and Harry Potter. And that's that. And maybe the Hunger Games for making it a little
now I want to
revolutionary.
read Gossip Girl to know
It's
what
so dramatic.
12-year-olds are
Spoiler
into.
alert, Blair wants to lose her virginity to Nate, her longtime boyfriend. She sews him a sweater. She buys him a sweater and then sews a little heart in it that's like a I love you sign, and they're going to be together forever. And then her best friend sleeps with him. Bum, bum, bum. Drama.
Does Nate ever get to hit?
I think Nate ends up with Serena, and Blair ends up with Chuck. And Chuck was the bad boy, Chuck Bass.
Oh.
That inspired a whole other.
Oh. Oh my gosh.
I couldn't even tell you like what the primary point of conflict was for any of these people. There's at one point there's an illegitimate love child who comes into the mix of one of the families. One of the dads ends up being gay and leaves his wife. That was a big dramatic moment. One of the someone kills someone at some point. It really goes off the rocker at the end. But then the show like amplified everything. The show was wildly one of those CW shows that just a ton of girls my age watched Gossip Girl obsessively.
Okay.
Anyway,
all right.
There's your Gossip Girl lesson
Get a
of the day.
Gossip Girl movie? Could we handle as a society a Gossip Girl movie?
There is one of my favorite usages of music in television history is they use Kings of Leon's Sex on Fire for a scene with Blair and Chuck, and like it's just magic. Okay. It's great.
Listen, it sounds like Gossip Girl was Euphoria for a generation.
And then Euphoria blew it out of the water.
Okay.
Like Euphoria makes Gossip Girl look like Bluey.
Because it's on HBO and they can
do everything.
Like, show whatever they want to show.
Because we didn't just have Gossip Girl, we had like the 90210 reboot, which was pretty edgy.
OC?
There was a Melrose Place. OC was Fox, and it was edgier. But then Gossip Girl was considered edgier than OC. But if they could see what happened with Euphoria, they'd be like, oh, we're fine. Like, put us on PBS. Come on. Save public broadcasting. This is how it works. Anyway, those were the times. Those were the days. Brings me back to a happy place in life.
Candaria brings up a good point in the chat. You use the phrase illegitimate love child. Is that the only type of love child we have? Do we ever have like legitimate love children? Or is it always illegitimate?
And why do we call them illegitimate?
Oh, because you're not married.
Yeah, I know, but I'm thinking like of all the like words and phrases we've abandoned that we recognized as we grew as a society, like, hey, maybe this isn't how we should describe something. I would think illegitimate love child would be up there towards the top because you never want to call a child illegitimate.
Well, that child is going to grow up and be 23 and start trying to do things with the family, the legitimate family. So you got to remind them of their place, right?
If I was an illegitimate love child, I'd come into every family function like, too legit to quit. I'm back.
Yeah, they wouldn't let you back.
And then they'd say goodbye.
They wouldn't let you back. So you got to let it be known. And then when the father dies, because it's a father issue, I do believe. When the father dies.
Most of the time.
I think all of the time, like 95% of the time.
I would love to meet an illegitimate love child from a woman.
Because like, what did she has to keep
it's really hard to like be pregnant, go through the process, have birth. Like the dad can just dip.
Yeah, the dad just, because we're awful. But at the funeral, you get the, what's it called? The program at the funeral, the little paper that they give you.
A pamphlet?
It's not whatever. It's got a name with all the history of the person who died.
Oh,
in the
an
family.
obituary.
There we go. the obituary.
Do people read obituaries anymore?
Yeah.
My dad reads the obituaries and looks for people he knows.
Not the
in the paper.
I don't know about
But
that.
I think they're so expensive to do. Most people just go on Facebook.
Yeah. Is it obituary when they pass it out to you there?
I don't know.
Whatever it is. There where it has the survived by.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's where
3
things get
children, blah, 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 blah. And then, hey, here's
Yes.
these little illegitimate effers right here. Like, you have to let them know. Yeah, my dad is gone, but we still hate you.
Secession was great with that story as a recent. Hey, I did finish The Leftovers. Top 7 show of all time.
Okay.
Nailed the ending.
All right.
Also nails the use of music in television. They use Aha's Take on Me on an episode, and now I will think of that song. If a song completely becomes attached to the show that I watched it on, it's a great use of the song. I don't know if you would like it. It's so weird. It's one of the weirdest shows you'll ever watch, but it was a really good ending. And then I did start the Hurricane Katrina documentary, and it is horrific. It is horrific.
You didn't start it. You almost finished it.
Yeah, I'm 4 in.
Okay.
4 of the 5. We watched 2 one night, 2 the next. And both nights we said, I cannot watch another episode of this. But particularly 3 and 4 will just make you angry, make you sick, make you, I don't know, if you haven't already had these moments in life, have some real deep thoughts about how a country abandoned its own, not just abandoned its own people in the wake of Hurricane Katrina, but turned on its own people, killed some of its own people, led to the deaths of more people. It wasn't even, you think of Hurricane Katrina as like one of the worst hurricanes of all time. It wasn't even the hurricane that did the most destruction. I mean, obviously property destruction, sure, and the flooding and everything that came with it, but it was the response to the hurricane that led to it being one of the biggest tragedies in American history.
It reminds you how fragile this society is, and how if any real pressure gets put on it, it crumbles.
Yes.
And it doesn't have to. It shouldn't be that way. And we should all be able to come together and talk about these things reasonably and honestly to prevent, you can't prevent the hurricane. The hurricane is going to happen.
Yes.
You can say, you can prevent the levees breaking.
Sure.
All right. Levees break.
All those are fair
And
points.
all fair, whatever. Once all of that happens, though, what it devolved into, that did not have to be the case. That shouldn't have happened. Like, we can't exist in this realm, and we do it too often because we are prisoners of the moment. And that's not just big moments, but small moments in our life. We aren't the type of society over here in America where we're storing away things for a future, right? We don't save the way that we used to, and we can't, right? We're not putting things away the way that we used to so that for a rainy day, so that if something happens and I got to be away from work for 3 months, I've got enough money to make it. Like, we're not that society. And that issue with us individually leads to the issue that we have collectively, where we don't stop and think, hey, in the event of the worst possible scenario, what are we supposed to do? How do we handle this so that we get everybody to safety as quickly as possible? We make sure everybody has not just food and water. We make sure they have feminine hygiene products. Too often we forget about that entirely. We think medicine. We think about big people, kids like 5 years old, 6 years old and up. But how do we make sure babies get the food that they need, get the formula that they need in these scenarios? All of that type stuff, nobody is thinking about that. Boom, the hurricane happens, the levees break, and we are shown firsthand how it all devolves, how we end up pulling guns on citizens, people just trying to live the best they can in this awful situation.
You watch it and you just think, I mean, if it had been an event that happened to middle to upper middle class white people, it never would have had the same post issues that occurred, because it just turns into racism. Every single thing about it turns into racism. The number of times someone in that documentary, it's old footage of someone in authority using the word thugs to describe people who are trying to, yes, loot, but loot because they have no food, they have no water for kids, for elderlies, for not just kids, for babies. There are babies dying all over the place. The fact that people get so concerned about property in a time where human life is disintegrating in front of their very eyes, and it turns into this. And you can, when you're listening to them, you're thinking they're in the fog of war, and that's no excuse. It just shows like everybody got inundated by it, and it infuriates you that there wasn't more rationalized thinking in real time from people in authoritative positions who should have been the ones leading the charge on setting the tone of the whole thing.
And most of the people in the authority, well, not most, some of them just refuse to come to the city.
Oh my God!
Just refuse. Like, yo, I'm in Baton Rouge, and I don't want to give too much away. We'll talk some more about this off air. But how can you accurately understand what is going on there if you're comfy cozy in your hotel room in Baton Rouge going to 4- and 5-star restaurants, right? Like you can't, you don't lead that way. That's not leadership. That's not, and it was a failure of leadership that caused the deaths and the destruction of New Orleans. And you brought it up when we talked about it on Tuesday. You went 2 years later, still hadn't recovered.
Yep.
So.
And I'll never forget, like, one of the things, because I was reflecting on that tour that I got, particularly of the lower Ninth Ward, but the guy who gave it, and he said, you know, if this doesn't alert you that, sure, you can sit here and say this is the greatest country on the world, but something like this happens, and you will quickly have to come to the stark reality that that does not apply if you're poor, and that does not apply if you're poor and black in New Orleans in the middle of Hurricane Katrina, because there was nothing great about it. And the response was truly sickening. It's one of those things that I hate saying this because it sounds so preachy. Everybody should have to watch the documentary on Hurricane Katrina on Hulu. Everybody should have to watch the documentary. It did not happen that long ago, and it just represents so many issues that continue to exist. And it's a horrific watch, and it's a painful watch. But if you can stomach it, I highly recommend taking a look at it on Hulu. It's 5 parts as we are in the 20th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina. Wow, what an uplifting way to end my last show for 10 days. CJ, I will miss you. College football, I will miss you. Chat, I will miss you.
Will you be at the game?
What game?
Farmageddon in Dublin.
No, but I should have. If I would have planned this better, I would have been. But I will not be there. I will be maybe perusing it on my phone as I gallivant across the world. But anyway, thank you, everybody. I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of your week. I hope everybody has a glorious start to the football season. CJ's got you covered while I am out. Lang Whitaker, Devin Walker will be around as well. Have a good one. I'll see you later. Bye.